Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM.
It's an opportunity for you to exercise your natural given talent of bringing harmony into that space, and then for your voice to be heard. Because when your voice is heard, it's going to bring some sort of equalizer. Remember, the choleric is very impulsive, and stubborn, and now the sanguine is wishy-washy, and then they are going to pacify. They are not going to be honest and authentic. They are going to seek to keep the connection by becoming a people pleaser. Then we have the melancholic, who is inflexible. They are stuck in detail. And you, as a phlegmatic, you have the natural ability to be able to see from every side, because you are not judgmental by nature. You are not. You are very accommodating. Your ability to accommodate other opinions is a strength. But you see, because of your fear of that conflict is going to take away the peace, then you withhold your ability, your strengths, by avoiding. And avoidance does not make you grow, neither does it help the team to be able to resolve conflict. I hope that is helpful.
Exactly. And you've just talked about accommodative.
Yes.
And now this one throws me on the other end.
Yes.
Is this ability to be accommodative, again, make them indecisive?
Oh, yes. Now, the phlegmatic, and especially if your secondary is melancholic, when the two of them meet, then the second guessing yourself, self-doubt, and gaslighting yourself to speak to you to walk away, to avoid making decisions, because the melancholic part is very much focused on what if we make a mistake. And the phleg, because they don't want to be judged, phlegmatics, they struggle with shame. So but they won't show it. So they will struggle with inner shame. And because they are steady, they are stable, and they are, most of the time, they are regulation. They outwardly, they look very regulated. So they don't shout, they don't disagree verbally. What they do is they agree and then they don't follow through. So they struggle with procrastination, and they also now will struggle with decision making. Eventually, there are some people, we need to also understand, Bramwel, there are specific individuals and specific spaces and specific places and things that will trigger the avoidance of the phlegmatic. They will trigger the anxiety, the fear of the unknown. What if I do and then? So the phlegmatics who are listening to me, you need to understand that this avoidance and this over-accommodating other people can lead to your self-sabotage, so that you don't thrive. So you find yourself, you start, you stop, you start, you stop. You see? So self-sabotage, mentally, you create a narrative in your mind of how you're going to fail, quote unquote, so that you don't get embarrassed. Because you are afraid, what if it doesn't go, it is not the right decision? And here is where I say, Bramwel, that we need to stop moralizing life. There are things which are clear, black and white, but there are so many other things which are neither right or wrong. They just are. And one of those is making mistakes. Making mistakes does not make you a good or a bad person. It just makes you human. And so what you want to do is to stop saying, what if I make the wrong decision? No, think about it progressively. If I do make the wrong decision, that does not make me a wrong person. It just means that there is something I didn't know, and now I can investigate. So where did I go wrong? And this is one of the things when I talk to individuals, usually the melancholic, choleric, and the phlegmatic, if I ask them, what do you wish you would have done differently? They go into, I wish I had not made that decision. And I usually say, no, when you made the decision, it made sense to you then. So what you want to do is to look back and say, after I made or before I made the decision, what was my thought process?
Okay.
What is the counting of the cost that I did?
Yeah.
And then after the decision, how long did it take me to realize the consequences were negative? Mm-hmm. And then also to ask, were they all negative or were there some positive consequences as well? Okay. You see?
Yeah.
So that we as phlegmatics, we don't get stuck in self-judgment and criticism. Mm-hmm. We can offer ourselves empathy just as we offer that to other people, but we also need to learn how to increase our ability to, in financial terms, they call it risk averse. Uh-huh. We need to be able to increase our tolerance of risk. Yeah. So that we are not staying within the comfortable place, so that we are trying to avoid. Now, if you avoid a lot of the risk that needs to take place for you to move forward, then you are also avoiding success that you are desiring. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the phlegmatic would need to understand, for you to move forward, for you to overcome self-sabotage, you've got to try. Yeah. You've got to do something. Come on, wake up and make that bed. Yeah. You know, no matter how you're feeling. Today I was reading something about what it means to the brain, psychologically, what happens when you make the bed in the morning. Okay. And they said, you immediately, your brain goes, your dopamine level goes up because you have finished a task.
Look at that.
And it sets you for the rest of the day. Now you feel confident that you can do other tasks. Yeah. So as a phlegmatic, allow yourself to break through the fear of failure. The fear, and you know, the fear of failure and the fear of success are the same coin.
Yeah.
It just depends on which one you turn.
Exactly.
And so that can really help with the over accommodating.
Okay. Yes. You've really explained well, Grace. Yes. And now that wraps everything up, because in the interest of time, I want us now to shift gears.
Yes.
Grace, we are now in the festive mood.
Yes.
Ukipita Nairobi mwanzo kuona mabadiliko.
Feliz Navidad.
Exactly. Soon I'll remain alone here.
Kabisa.
Akina Grace wanaenda ushani. Mimi nitakuwa hapa na panganga zangu. But you see, in as far as it is a festive season, Grace, it is not festive to everyone.
Yes.
All right? Most people are getting towards going home.
Yes.
We are slowing down.
Yes.
All right? But others sasa system imeshtuka.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going back to system.
Najua kule ninaenda.
Exactly. Inashtuka tu. Yani your mind has been triggered. Yani umekumbuka tu, you are going back ushago, or you are going back to your siblings, and you remember how they made you feel.
Yes.
Even though you might have sat down with Grace, taken it through these talks, emotional healing.
Yes.
Wounds, parental wounds, uko sawa. But sasa the feeling that you are going back to them, again, the body remembers.
Yeah, I am telling you, Bramwel, one of the things that this year I have really learned is about how our bodies carry trauma.
Yeah.
And now this is the way it's supposed to be. The more you experience something, the less is supposed to, your body is supposed to be able to handle it.
Okay.
To have tolerance, your tolerance level ups. Okay. You see, but what is happening and what has happened with toxic, staying in a toxic space for a long time, what happens is that our body becomes conditioned to reject the experience.
Okay.
You see, so the body, the moment the body sees the water, it immediately says, no, we cannot go there. And it goes into trauma response. So it is terrified of that water. So the body never gets used to the sight of water. And it's because water created an unsafe feeling a long time ago when our nervous system was developing. Okay. And so our nervous system was conditioned to see water and go into survival mode. Survival mode basically is I have to protect myself because there is danger. Now I think people understand why when you go back home, even at your 50s, in your 50s, immediately you get into that compound, your body shifts into this is a danger zone. I better be alert.
Okay.
So people are on eggshells. So the moment there is a small trigger, the body immediately goes into combat mode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now remember, we talked about when we talked about the roles we play in our families. So you have the family mascot. The family mascot will come drunk. That's the way they are going to do what? To overcome, to escape the feelings the body is having. So I need a drink so that now I can be mellow, and no matter what happens here at home, I am going to be okay.
I get
You see, then you have the family black sheep, let's say. Maybe they are melancholic. So what do? They wear the victimhood role. So they come in expecting that there will be a fight and they have to protect themselves. And how do they do that? Bad mood.
Okay.
So wamefura tu. Mumi mnafikiria pengine ni chapati. No, the body went back into what it used to do in order for it to be able to survive. That situation. Very, very, we need to understand that. You see, if you are the family hero, you probably are a flag, let's say. And so you come with mixed feelings because you know very well the parents will be accolading your children at the expense of everybody else who is not the family hero. So it's uncomfortable for you. Your body already goes into survival mode. Because you can't control, and you can't go and tell mom, stop talking about my achievements. We have had stories and we have seen a father who wakes up during a family meeting with extended family and probably friends, and they stand up and they accolade one of their children who is an engineer, a doctor, whatever they became. But they have a person there who is a hustler, but because they are not a doctor, lawyer, all those things, they don't accolade them even though their lives are successful.
You know, Grace, that resonates with me very deep, and I want to personalize it.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
My relatives who are tuned in, you'll forgive me for this.
Yes.
I remember my grandfather, one of my uncles, his last born, okay, did a wedding. Inside, during that wedding, my grandfather stood and he said that this is my only son who I am proud of.
Oh, wow.
You see?
Yes.
Our parents are there, seated.
Yes.
There are like 7 of them. Okay? Do you know, after the event, the only thing that my father was talking about was that statement.
Yes.
That sisi tumeka, he didn't even acknowledge them.
Yes.
He went straight
to the hero child. That statement alone, to date, has brought a lot of issues. Yes. Look at what you're doing. Yes. The body remembers. Yes. And what are you doing? You are invalidating. No one in this world enjoys being invalidated, and especially in front of others. That is called humiliation. Let me say this, Bramwel. Psychological abuse, or what we call emotional abuse, when you threaten, nitawa cut off, I will curse you, you are no longer my children. If you are a parent and you use threats, tafadhali, don't come back and say, oh, I didn't mean it. Those words are very powerful. And you are causing trauma, emotional trauma, to your people that you love. So your love is not even pure. They are wondering, do you love us? Do you hate us? You see? And that is what we call fearful avoidant attachment. Now, as a parent, if you have ever done that, ask yourself, was that done to you? Did you hear it? Did you see it when you were growing up? Because unasambaza maugonjwa.
Yeah.
You see. Number 2, humiliation. You see what you have just shared?
Yeah.
That is not your story. It is the story of your human race.
Yeah.
We see it all the time in Kenya. You see, that story, you are saying a story that resonates with so many of us.
Yeah.
Where a parent stands up and in good, whatever the intention is, they do that in validating, which is called humiliation. You are humiliating other people for the sake of what? Your own ego boosting.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. And that is what we do.
Yes. The third thing that we do is withholding.
Yeah.
Affection, attention, money, accolades, you see.
Yeah.
So that because you don't bring me money, I'm talking to parents.
Parents, yeah.
Because you don't bring me as much money as Kamau does. I don't, when you come, I'm not excited.
Yeah.
But the moment Kamau comes in, look at me.
Hey, nguruwe itachinjwa.
You see?
Yes.
Now, what you are doing as a parent, you are withholding emotional support and emotional goodwill to one of your children because of an egocentric need.
Yeah.
You see? So you are on the spectrum of being a narcissist. If I use the word narcissist, people resonate with that. Yeah. And narcissism is basically selfishness that is rooted in the fear of abandonment.
Okay.
And not just the fear of abandonment, the fear of I'm not good enough. And therefore you need to keep validating me by doing what I want, whether you like it or not. You see, the fourth thing that we do is what we call contempt.
Yeah.
Sasa wewe, you see, even children who are probably not the hero children, but they are doing well. Mocking is contempt. Yeah. Where we tell somebody, sasa unajiringa kwa sababu watoto wako wamesoma. Or wewe unaringa kwa sababu ulipata A. You see that? Yeah. That is called contempt. And what you are doing, you are hitting below the belt, and you are attacking a person on a space that they are not, it is not their fault. Yeah. But you are coming from a place of jealousy, envy, and bitterness. And this is where you hear me and you keep telling people, please heal your emotional baggage. Yeah. You are projecting it out. Now, today, because we don't have very much time, let me say this one thing as a way to prepare yourself. We'll be here next week, and we will talk about more about tips. Yeah. Remember what I have said. The reason why you have started to experience anxiety, it doesn't matter which part of which role you play in your family. If you are the hero child, you are feeling it's unfair what your parents, the position your parents put you by celebrating you at the expense of the others. So it makes you feel uncomfortable. You see, if you are the children who are not being accoladed because you don't have, or you haven't lived up to their expectation, then you are dreading going, because if you don't go, you will be guilt tripped. I gave birth to you, I did all this, and you can't even spare a day to come. You see, so the thing that we want to do right now, emotionally separate. Okay. This is not about you. Understand this as you are listening to me. It is called emotional disentanglement. Distance yourself. It is not. Now, when you revert back to the way your body used to feel when you are at home, you become 80 years old, 9 years old, and you are dealing with your parents today. At 50, you are dealing with them as if you are 80 years old. Your siblings as if you are 80 years old. You see? Yeah. So allow yourself to distance yourself emotionally from them. It is what we call don't personalize. This is not about you. Yeah. When you are a child, you used to personalize everything because you didn't know any better. So if your parents called you a name or they were dysregulated, you asked yourself, what's wrong with me that they treat me this way? I want you to stop that. And you start asking yourself, what's wrong with them that they treat me this way.
Yeah.
And then second question you ask yourself, why does this bother me so much? Why does it put you in me in as 50 years old? I am still impacted by my brother who bullied me when we were 8 and 12.
Yeah.
Why is it even now my brother can cause me to feel so dysregulated and out of control that I act in ways I wouldn't want? You see?
Yeah.
So these are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. But the most important one is to be able to distance emotionally from the triggers. Don't receive them.
Yeah.
See them, you know this thing we say, send back to sender.
Yeah, send back.
You see, because the statements that will be thrown your way by your family members that are hurtful, they are more about them than you. So stop personalizing and stop thinking it's all about you, because that's also a narcissistic thing. So that you don't become the person who is taking in everything. You can choose not to. You see?
Okay.
And we will talk more about how to do that. But for today, understand that one of the things that your body is beginning to feel when you think about in 2 weeks I'll have to go home is your body is preparing for war. That's a war zone.
Yeah.
And you need to figure out what war. Now you are grown. Ask yourself that. Because if you don't emotionally disentangle from family dysfunctions za miaka ile, then you will return there and you will go into form. But I am here to say you can change that. You can change that by watching what you are thinking and how that thinking is causing the emotions that now awaken your nervous system, your physical body, so that your body now is ready for war.
Exactly.
And your brain is saying, hey, we are going to the war zone. This is a jungle. Everybody for himself and God for us all. You see?
Yeah.
So there is a way that we can now do what we call mindfulness. Mindfulness is being in the present moment and allowing yourself to feel what you feel, but ask yourself, is it helpful? Is it progressive? Is it rooted in truth?
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
So that now you can live and you can experience this Christmas very differently because your brain is in the right, your mindset is in the right place. Nobody owes you peace. The only person who owes you peace is you. Even the Bible says that live at peace with everyone as far as it depends on you. Create your boundaries, but start with the boundary of your emotions.
Okay.
Don't personalize. Don't over-explain.
Yeah.
Do not judge. Do not see people and separate. Stay over here and be an observer. Don't be a participant.
Exactly.
Emotionally, you are already guy, ona huyu sasa amekuja hapa ametufuria. Why are you bothered about that? Let them fura. That is their space.
Yeah.
You don't have to enter into it. You see?
Good.
You can change the trajectory by refusing to enter into it.
Exactly.
So if people are deciding they don't, in fact, have a plan. You go, you have your Christmas, and then salimia marafiki wenye haujaona siku mingi.
Yes.
And like you said, I like what you said. Reduce the contact hours.
That is my tactic. Grace, that is Bramwel's tactic, by the way.
Yes.
Those who know me.
Yes.
We have some people. Hi, Grace. You're well?
Yes.
And we will smile.
Yes. And then, because you see, the other thing, when people stay too long in that emotional space, then it changes you.
Yeah.
That is when your body now is reactivated to be in survival mode. And survival mode is selfish.
Yeah.
It is not inclusive. So even you as a phlegmatic, you are just avoiding and you are not talking. It doesn't mean that you are nice. It just means that you are being selfish.
Yeah.
So nobody is really in their authentic self. The few sessions we'll have in the month of December, we will talk more about that. But most importantly, I want people to take away, you have control on how you are emotionally preparing to be in your family space.
Right.
Stop trying to change people. You can't. But you can shift how you experience them.
Well said, Grace. Take back your power.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Yes.
That's what Grace is. Just take it. You know, Grace, I realize that I give too much power to people.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And that is the question.
Yeah.
How come my brother so-and-so, the moment I see them, the moment I think of them, immediately my emotions change?
Yeah.
Why have I given them that power? Now, I want to say this. On a deeper level, you've got to figure out what they did to you, because then you have reverted back to that age. And remember, the people who trigger you, because today they are also dysregulated, they also usually revert back to a certain childhood state.
Right.
And that's who you are meeting. Don't join them.
Yeah.
You are meeting your 8-year-old brother who is 60.
Yes.
And he is dealing with you guys at home as if he is 8 years old or 12. Don't join him. Don't allow yourself to go to that age also, because then you are not going to have any logical experience.
All right. Thank you, Asante Grace, for this tip, and looking forward to the few Wednesday we'll have in December, so that we can prepare people adequately.
Right.
Because it might not be all rosy for everyone.
Yes.
But there is a question here from Leah. Grace, while I know my basic temperament, I find that I summon different aspects of me depending on the problem before me.
Yes.
I may be more a choleric, melancholic, phleg, or sanguine, depending on how I perceive and experience the situation.
Yes.
Is that irrationality or is it survival?
It's survival. But it's also, let me tell Leah that all of us, we have two dominant ones.
All right.
But we also have aspects of the others.
Okay.
So we operate from the two dominant ones. Now, if you are a choleric and you have choleric and sanguines, they are similar in terms of extroversion,
Right.
in terms of expression. Now, the melancholic and the phleg, they are similar in terms of the processing first before I speak.
Okay.
So the receiving information and not expressing right now. That's very similar for the phleg and the male.
All right.
But for the choleric and the sanguine, so some people who are choleric, they may think they are sanguine, but really they are operating from that extroversion.
All right.
And some people who are melancholic, they may think they are phleg, but they are really operating from the introversion space. So we have, like for me, I know I have been, there is a test that you can do, and it gives you the numbers for each one of them.
Right.
It's just like the love language. The love language also gives you from the top to the bottom. So because God created us very uniquely and very dynamically, there is nobody who is black or white. We are all gray.
Okay.
And so whether it depends. Now, this is the thing. The personal understanding is to ask yourself, who triggers you to act like a choleric?
Okay.
Who triggers you to act like a male? Which situations trigger you to show up in whichever way that you do?
All right.
So that you understand yourself and you ask yourself why. Now, I will tell you this. There is sometimes, because of being a phleg male, I struggle with self-sabotage. Now, the self-sabotage space for me, there are certain individuals I see in my mind.
Okay.
Because of the way I have experienced them in the past, that it causes me to shrink back whenever I think about them in relation to what I need to do. Why? Because I think they will humiliate me, they will make me feel stupid, especially the cholerics and the phleg. When you are a choleric and you meet a phlegmatic, the way you speak to the phlegmatic, they usually feel small. It's because the choleric is very decisive, very expressive, while the phlegmatic is more of processing before I express. So by the time they are finished with a conversation with a choleric and it had gotten into a place of disagreement, the phlegmatic has decided, I'm not having that conversation with them.
Wow.
They block and they avoid. You see? So what we want to do is to, again, for Leah, for that question, do what I always tell people to do. Understand why you act the way you act, wherever it is and with whoever, so that you understand what is this connected to.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, beautiful. Leah, don't you think that beginning next year, Grace should start now physical training? Do you think so? Seminars. Ebu niunge mkono. I'm trying to push Grace.
Yes.
Lakini amenishinda.
2026, right now I'm doing the CBT class that I am doing is really about what we are talking about, how to take charge of your thinking patterns.
Good.
And one of the things that I know we really struggle with as human beings is mirroring, looking at ourselves in the mirror. We tend, when people trigger us, we don't look at me in an objective, introspective, and growth way. We look at them and us as victims. You see what I'm saying? When I work with couples, I hear this a lot. So I'm listening and I say, do you guys realize you are complaining about the same thing? You have said because your partner does X, Y, Z, then you feel invalidated. And you say that when your partner does whatever, you also feel invalidated. So the relationship is not experiencing validation and affirmation. And that is what both, but you see, each one of them thinks the other one is the villain and them they are the victim. You see? Wow. So the triggers are supposed to help us develop emotional intelligence. Understand yourself, know how people trigger you, and ask yourself, why do they trigger that in you? What is it connected to? So that you can start to grow. Yes.
Well said. Lea shaniunga mkono. So next year, Lea, be prepared. Tengeneza your generation. That's where we'll begin from. Anyway, Grace, do you have a class this Saturday?
Actually, I do. Not Saturday. Tomorrow. Because, the Saturdays during this festive season is people are very busy traveling a lot and all that. So tomorrow at 8 p.m., the class that I have, we are talking about cognitive distortions. This one you can attend. And so reach out to me, 0797 490 404, and ask how to join the class for CBT tomorrow. Cognitive distortions. That's what we are talking about. And you see here, we have already identified some cognitive. This is about me. What did I do wrong? That is called personalizing. You are thinking everything is about you. You are the victim. And we can rise above that.
All right.
Yes.
My dear listener, have a date with Grace tomorrow. Sit under her feet and you will know how beautiful you are, by the way. You just need to understand yourself. Ufike level Bramwel. That's why Bramwel never pitipati, never engages such a kijana naye. I just discovered myself. Nani Grace alinisaidia.
You see, when we find that self-awareness, it leads to self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence.
Exactly.
And a lot of other things. Like self-care.
And you just
now hii kitu watu wanashinda wakisema self-love. It's called self-acceptance.
Self-acceptance.
Yes.
Sure. So get in touch with Grace, 0797 490 404. Book tomorrow's class. It is on Zoom, by the way. So don't worry, Grace nitatoka kazini usiku. Hapana, just join in. She will guide you on how to go about it. Grace, thank you. You've made my day.
Thank you. I'm glad to have been here.
All right. Asante sana. Looking forward to having you next week, God willing.
Amen.
All right, my dear listener, that has been our time. Thank you so much for your company. Let's do this again tomorrow, God willing. Do have a productive Wednesday.
This is Radio Waumini, 88.3 FM.